You know what my backup plan was this, right? My backup plan was this. If I had $5 million, I got 5 million. I'm saying no more money ever. Then that would last me 50 years living regular, my kind of regular. Because I would say, look, I'm spending $100,000 a year. You got a rent, you live in a nice spot. That's, let's just say $2,500. That's $30,000 a year. Then you got your bills, or you got your food. You may want to take a trip. I'm just rounding it off to $100,000 a year. Some people don't even make that. Mm-hmm. But you sit there and say, let's just say $100,000 a year. And I say to myself, okay, cool. If I never made another dollar, this $5 million gonna last me the rest of my life, because that'd be 50 years. And I was like 30-something at that time. So I'm sitting there saying to myself, okay, boom, putting this away in case you go left.
Listen to this. Everybody celebrates when that money starts flowing, but almost nobody talks about that scary moment when you realize the whole thing could fall apart. Hold up, because Cameron just opened up about the exact point where he stopped thinking like a rap star and started thinking long-term. And according to him, that shift in mindset is what helped him quietly protect millions while the Dipset era was beginning to crumble. In this conversation, he really gets into the financial side that most artists avoid speaking on. He breaks it down, how you can go platinum one year and then the next project barely moves. That's the reality. Money in the music industry can slow down real quick. And if you're not locked in on wealth management, smart business moves, taxes, and long-term investments, that first big bag, yeah, it can vanish just as fast as it showed up. Now, I'm about to play the clip so y'all can hear it for yourselves, but before I do, go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comments and make sure you're subscribed. Let's get into it.
Truth be told, if Steph Curry went and did make his full own company, I know you said like Dwayne Wade's, but like he would be fine now, but he started off with the brand.
Under Armour was not a brand when he went there.
Let me give you an example, right, Stat?
Okay.
Because you're kind of young, and that's the mentality of a 24-year-old. You get $1.5 million from Nike or whoever. Mm-hmm. That will not last you. If you f up $200 million, that's you have a bad spending problem. Mm-hmm. You have a bad. You see, when you get money like this now, you think that's the way it's going to be forever, and it could be, or it might not be. I see rappers that come out and sold $3 million, and the next album sold 100,000, because you may thinking, I came out the gate sold $3 million. Like Chingy, right? No disrespect, Chingy. I fuck with this $3 million out the gate. Next album, they like 100,000. Like, oh, now the record company ain't picking up. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I'm not saying you can sit there and say, cool, yo, my shit fly, my shit fly. Like LeBron, he got a lifelong deal with Nike. Everybody not getting them deals. So if you do a deal for $5 million, let's just say $5 million. I don't know. It seemed like Nike didn't even want to give Steph Curry $4 million, and you get $200 million. You can sit there and say, "Look, I'm going with the Nike brand because I'm cool with it." But we're talking about money that can secure your future by the time you're 40 and 50 years old. $5 million. I ain't think it's going to be secure if you want to get a car or you want to buy a house, and then you want to do a few different things. It may not. $200 million could really secure your future. But you go get them Nike wings and that sweet tea.
I'm just saying, but like we always say, I'm learning, but also I'm thinking, okay, if I get 1.5 mil, like obviously more money is, trust me, more money is the better, like it makes sense, but also sometimes with the brand, okay, if I know I get 1.5 mil, that doesn't mean I gotta get the most expensive car. I could chill until we figure out what that next move gonna be.
When you get 1.5 million off the top, you got 800,000 after taxes. That's off the top, so you don't have 1.5 million.
You got 800.
But that's still like that's still considered upper class. Like that's better than the middle. You know what I'm like? It's still.
Let's say, for instance, You got $800,000 today. How long that's gonna last you?
Well, I would probably put.
If you ain't get no more money, how long would that last you?
It can last me a while because you're gonna put. I would put if 800,000 right now. You hand boom, half of that because I can live off of. I don't even have to live off of 100,000 a year. Half of that, we're gonna put that into investments and things like that, so that can make money, and I won't touch it till I turn 50, 55 for the Roth IRA. You know, I'm gonna make those decisions to make it make sense. I don't gotta go crazy and buy everything.
Because you invested, that means it's gonna work.
No. Good point, Killer.
It doesn't.
Just because you make an investment, that doesn't mean your investment's gonna go good. That's like, and no disrespect to you, that's the young person's mentality. I'm gonna do investments. It's gonna matter. I'm gonna trip. What's the investment? Is it guaranteed?
Yeah.
200 million tax free. You gotta think this money coming from Asia. It's tax free.
Valid.
200 million is 200 million in from Asia. 1.5 in America is 800,000.
Yeah.
So you got time. This is sad. I'm not disagreeing. I'm not saying. Well, I am disagreeing with you. I'm not saying don't have your vision, but don't think that everything. What you should do is value every dollar you get like it's your last dollar, even if you know you got more money coming. Always take every check you get like it's your last check until you get a big check and be like, all right, I can this a few million up, or I can a few 100,000 up because I know I got this. You know what my backup plan was this, right? My backup plan was this. If I had $5 million, I got $5 million. I'm saying no more money ever, then that would last me 50 years living regular, my kind of regular. Because I would say, look, I'm spending $100,000 a year. You got a rent, you live in a nice spot, that's, let's just say $2,500, that's $30,000 a year, then you got your bills, or you got your food, you may want to take a trip. I'm just rounding it off to $100,000 a year. Some people don't even make that. But you sit there and say, let's just say $100,000 a year, and I say to myself, okay, cool. If I never made another dollar, this $5 million gonna last me the rest of my life, because that'd be 50 years. And I was like 30-something at that time. So I'm sitting there saying to myself, okay, boom, putting this away in case go left. I got $5 million, and that'll last me $100,000 a year for the next 50 years. Anything after that, I could go. It's extra. It's party. Yeah. I could splurge on this, splurge on that.
Yeah.
Because $100,000 a year, you could do a little something extra. You could take a trip with your family if you got a regular job. You know what I'm saying? If you live a regular life, you could do that. But you can't think that money's gonna be here like you getting it today in 5 years. Hopefully you make it 10 times more than we all making right now. But that ain't the way life works. You have to prepare, hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
Quote of the day. I love these conversations, especially when we have different point of views, because I think it gives some insight into how all of us think, and I'm always learning something, and hopefully sometimes I teach y'all something, even if it's not what you're used to hearing. But
teach us stuff. Listen, it's always good to get different people's perspective, but that should really be the quote for today. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
Listen, most artists are busy chasing the moment, but very few actually prepare for what happens when that moment fades. And here's the reality check. Nearly 70% of pro athletes and entertainers run into serious financial problems just a few years after their peak. That right there is exactly why planning ahead is so important. So whether you rock with Cameron, Jim Jones, Jules Santana, or the entire Dipset movement, the real takeaway here goes way beyond rap beef or industry drama. We're talking about financial literacy, plain and simple. We're talking about protecting your future before it's too late. Because at the end of the day, fame doesn't last forever, but smart decisions, those can carry you for life. Now let me ask you this. Do you think Cameron saw the Dipset fallout coming before everybody else? And when you look back at everything between Cameron, Jim Jones, and Jules Santana, do you think business played a bigger role than people admit? Drop your thoughts down below in the comments. And don't forget, like and subscribe. Peace.